Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
You can't see it, you can't know it, but guys, it's snowing outside. You know, I'm living in the south of France, and last year we had already some snow, so I was like, that's it, this year we're not gonna have anything. Like, to have snow where I live, you know, south of France, 2 years in a row, since, you know, I was born, at least as far as I can remember, it never happened. So really, when I woke up this morning and I saw the snow, I was like, oh, it's snowing again, it's beautiful. And it's staying also, like, it can snow, but it's never lasting. And right now it's lasting. I don't know for how long it can last. Like, normally it's lasting for what? 2 days maximum, something like that. For now it's lasting and it's beautiful. Like always, you know, we're in France, so during 2 hours we're gonna be like, oh, it's beautiful, we're gonna take pictures and stuff like that, and in 2 hours everyone is gonna be like, it's awful, it's hell. Like, really, in the south of France we are so not used to have snows that we can't live with snow, you know. Our cars, nothing is equipped, you know, to drive with snow. The roads, nothing is organized, you know, for that kind of things. You know, it's so rare to have snow in the south of France that when it's happening, usually school is closed for the day. Like, no one can go to school, so they are just closing school for the time that it's gonna last 1 or 2 days. Like, it's okay to not go to your workplace because your boss is gonna understand why, and really, life is stopping for the time that we have snow. Like, really, we can't deal with it. But it has been 2 years in a row, so maybe it's not gonna be the case this time. Maybe they're beginning to understand that with what is happening with the weather, with the temperatures and all of that, we're gonna be forced to get used to it. I should buy something, you know, for my car. I should buy something for it. I bought, you know, something for the glasses, you know, the windows of my car. I bought something for it, you know, to help, but to be able to drive, I don't know. Maybe, you know, next time that I'm gonna change mes pneus, I'm gonna think of it, you know, I'm gonna take better ones. I will see that. But yes, like, right now it's just snowing a little, but we have like that much of snow on the ground. If it's beginning to snow a lot during this episode, maybe I'm gonna be a little disturbed, you know, maybe you're gonna have me being like, oh, and I'm gonna be forced to make a break to take pictures and stuff like that. Please don't be mad at me, like, really, it's like that. And you know, I know that this is gonna be a big session of binge watching. Today I'm gonna watch 2 episodes of The Wire, and I'm gonna watch 2 episodes which are gonna be obviously important, because in fact I just have 2 sessions left of binge watching, you know, like I just have 4 episodes left to discover of The Wire. I didn't think of it, you know, I knew that it was the last season. I talked about it a lot in intros and reviews, about the fact that I'm with these shows since a long time now, so it's gonna be really weird to say goodbye to them. And I also told you my impression about what the end is gonna be like. I think that the end is gonna close a lot of things for the characters, but not for the stories, because the show is there to show that no matter what, you can't stop, you know, this drug business. One is gonna replace the other one, and it's something which never ends, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're not closing really the stories about the drug businesses. Like, if we don't have a winner, for example, between Marlo and Omar, for that kind of things, I wouldn't be surprised, but I think that we're gonna have closures for characters, for example, for Bubbs, for McNulty, for them. We'll see about it. But yes, only 4 episodes left. Like, I thought that I had 3 episodes left. I thought that it was a season of 12 episodes. I don't know why. And in fact, yes, it's just 10 episodes. So after today, I'm just gonna have 1 session of binge watching left. So for sure, big things are gonna happen today for me during these 2 episodes that I'm gonna watch today. Like, they can't close everything during only the 2 final episodes. Like, I don't know. I'm expecting, you know, some people to die. And for sure, I'm thinking of the war between Marlo and Omar. I would love so much for Omar to kill Marlo. I would love that so much. And you know, I know that right now Omar is all by himself, you know, all alone. He has no resources. He had to steal that gun, for example, the last time during the last episode. He's hurt, like really he's into a bad position, but no matter what, he managed, you know, to send a message to Marlo, I'm still there, you didn't have me, and to burn that car, and that was so cool. So I truly believe that Omar maybe doesn't have the resources, the human resources and also the material resources right now, but he has the resources, you know, into his heart and into his brain to plan something and to have Marlo. I truly think so, and it would be so great. But if he has Marlo, it means that maybe others are gonna die, and for sure I'm thinking of Michael. I'm thinking of that in seasons now, that at some point we're gonna have Omar against Michael. No, like Omar can't kill Michael, Michael can't kill Omar, none of them can die, and at the same time I'm like, one of them is gonna die. It has to be like, it has to be. I don't know, I really don't know, but see, I'm stressed about that, about for sure how this war is gonna end. Marlo, he took the place of Proposition Joe, he's making the deals, you know, with the Greeks. But at the same time, I'm not sure that all of the other ones, they're okay with it. Like, during this reunion, they accepted it, but do they truly want to accept it? I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if at the end of the season, at the end of the show, we have a reveal like they were talking together and us viewers, we didn't see it, and in fact they prepared something for Marlo because they don't appreciate for Marlo to play on his own. Like, no, it's not like that, that it's functioning for them. I don't want to talk again about McNulty. I think that it has been episodes now that I'm talking too much about him and what I think of him in intros and reviews and also during the episode. I'm sorry, but I can't contain myself. I can't stop, you know. When he's lying like that, when he's manipulating the truth, when he's so glad, you know, so satisfied about his own lies, for me it's such a sign of disrespect for his job, for all of what he believed in, for all of that, that truly it's awful. I can't accept it and I can't shut my mouth about it. So I'm not gonna say again everything that I think about him. For him, the end justifies the means. It's not what I think, and for his character, the evolution of his character, I think that what he's doing right now, it's really the worst that he ever did. And people are suffering because of it. Are suffering things, you know, the consequences of his lies, and I'm thinking about BD, but also about Bunk, about Kima, and it's making me mad, so mad. As mad as, you know, when the journalist is lying about talking with the serial killer, he's lying about the stories that he's bringing to his newspaper. That's awful. As a former journalist, I hate that, and I hate to think that viewers, you know, and people, they can think that journalists, they are truly doing that, you know, like it's something random to do. It's awful. If that guy, you know, he wants to create stories, he should write a book but he shouldn't be a journalist, clearly. But I think that is not so good, you know, that you can be an author and write books. You have also to have some discipline to write a book, and he doesn't have that at all. He's just one of these guys who is masturbating himself with his own words, and yes, it's making me mad because I met so many journalists who are like that, who are not lying about their stories, but who were writing their stories so badly, and just because they loved to masturbate themselves with their own words, you know, they loved to make people think that they were so clever, you know, and they were using beautiful words and all, but by doing that, they were forgetting totally what a journalist is supposed to do. You're not the person who is important. You're not at all, you're just passing a message, passing an information, your information or the person that you're talking about, that is important, you know, not you. And by playing with words like that, like everyone can do it and I can do it, you know, in French, not in English, but in French I can do it, I can make poems and stuff like that if I want, but you're not gonna put that into a newspaper because no one cares about that, and it's also taking the readers, you know, people who are reading your newspaper as fools. And also, most of the time, by doing that, by playing with words that much, in fact, people who are reading this information, they can't understand it not fully because you played with it so much that it's, you know, on the contrary, a journalist is there, you know, to be sure that at the end of the article, everyone understood what you talked about, everyone understood the information, the why, the consequences of it also. And if it's not the case, you're a bad journalist. Yes, I appreciated that job a lot and I respected it, and I still respect it that much that it's making me mad to see someone doing that. Okay, I'm gonna stop with this intro. I didn't talk about the fact that we had news about Randy and I cried. I didn't talk about the fact that we didn't have news about Bubbs and it can make me cry. But I believe a lot in Bubbs, you know, and what he can do right now, and he just needs, you know, to find a purpose in his life. Just needs. I know that it can be hard, but I believe in him, he can do it. Okay, I'm gonna stop with this intro right now. Remember that if you want, on my Patreon, we have 4 episodes of advance, which means 2 weeks of advance, which means that today they add my reaction video about the final episode of the final season of The Wire. No, it's not stressing me at all to imagine that, not at all. But yes, if you want to have already everything, the end and all, it's on my Patreon. And you're gonna have all of these reaction videos about The Wire with an extended reaction part, which means that it's really longer, you know, it's at least 10 minutes longer because it's long episodes, it's 1 hour episode, but it means also that you just have to subscribe to the level 2 on my Patreon, only €5 for the month to have access to all of the videos that I'm gonna post during the month. And it means that if you're subscribing right now to my Patreon for only €5, you have access to all of my binge watching of The Wire, all of the 5 seasons, and with, for each episode, an extended reaction part, which means like a really long reaction part for each. So it's the best way to have these advantages, my Patreon, and also to support me and to thank me for this binge watching of The Wire that we had together on my channel. If you want and if you can, it can be truly appreciated and truly useful. Let's go with this episode. And yes, it's still snowing. Just a little, but it's still snowing. And really, the level of snow, it's really like that. Like, it's that much of snow, you know, on my balcony and all. It's amazing. You don't know, but in the south of France, that much of snow can block schools, the roads, everything. That much. What are you doing, guys?
Captain, hey you. Where'd you get off? I'm not sexual with them. What? Biting's not sex, it's biting. I'm not sick like that. Oh, hang on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is Holly. Baltimore homicide. Cell phone is in use right now.
He's that bad, you know, that he's not taking notes right now and he's so surprised and all.
You ain't never gonna find them anymore. And you're never gonna see them no more. I'm sending you something right now. You take a good look at this guy. Oh, okay. Don't hang up. Can we? How was him?
Again, remember? Not the first time that you had. Uh-huh.
Nice Palmer accent.
Good.
It's my heritage.
The fact that he's so proud of himself, it makes me sick. The pictures?
You sound like the same guy. What do you mean? Didn't sound like the same voice you heard in the first call. Oh, right. Yeah. It was the same, but this time I noticed he had a real thick Omar accent. Real thick. You didn't notice that the first time, huh?
Uh-huh.
I forgot.
You forgot.
Did I screw up in any way?
How can you believe so, all of you?
Would running these photos in any way impair the investigation?
I don't think so. The fact is, we need as many eyes as we can looking for this homeless guy.
You want for his picture to be out there? The girl from the shelter, you know, she can say that McNulty bring him. Omar, no? Okay, I thought that Omar was there. No. Omar did that. He makes me so proud. He's all by himself and he's such a pain in the ass for Marlo. Yes. It was not to sell it was just to mess with Marlo's things.
Deputy wants as much of my squad as I can wrangle upstairs right now. We're going large rich on McNulty's serial killer.
I'm working my cases.
Well, command performance. Deputy wants bodies. The mayor is spewing over this.
I'm not going.
What, you don't see those on my sleeve? Plain as fucking day.
I'm doing police work here. In fact, I have a fresh angle on last year's major case, on which I'm the sole remaining investigator.
Remember? 25, 26 bodies now? Real ones!
You can't work with that, then just write me the fuck up and ship my ass to a trial board.
In addition to Alma and Scott, Oleska will have a column coming. Fletcher, I want you on Homeless React, also interviews with advocates and experts talking to
That kind of case, it's
kill somebody who wants to talk to them.
occupying a lot of people.
I note that while the numerous
The journalist squad and the cops squad.
Victims and families. If you could take charge of that, we need to be in the street proactive. This case is as much about preventing another abduction or murder as it is about making an arrest.
You're never gonna make an arrest, and that's what I don't understand about McNulty's plan.
Certified hydrotherapist. Experience with geriatric patient Sinai Hospital Outpatient Clinic.
Jerry who?
Dental front desk. High quality dental office, 6 front desks.
What do you mean, like furniture?
Secretary, yes.
You're searching for a job?
Hey, hang on. Exotic dancer downtown. Lunchtime hours must be flexible in body and mind.
No! Oh, I love my boy. I love him so much.
What the fuck did I do?
If we don't know, then you do.
This is bullshit.
Bunk is gonna ask him some questions.
Jimmy, you are the point man on the motherfucker who's now missing. You don't have time to be working backgrounds on the older cases. It goes to Greg and the fucking story. What else do you need?
Oh, Jay, it's costing you.
Those surveillance teams was listing scrolls, but for right now, let me just pull this guy's idea. See, I know you want me to go to fucking corner over this fucking thing.
As a matter of fact,
Look.
you don't believe in behavioral forensics, Dr. Marlo?
I don't believe in much of anything at this point.
Well, it doesn't fucking matter what any of us believe at this point.
Proud of yourselves.
No.
Listen, one other thing. I'm getting my kid phone overnight.
Oh!
Where I get kids' furniture.
IKEA. Shame on y'all. I mean,
She's getting closer to her kid.
well, what do you got?
This snitch put the finger on an eyeball width in Dublin, but it's a garden apartment. Parking lots on both sides. And if he decides to park on the street and walk across the grass, he still has the fucking patio doors.
2 more men do it?
Yeah, and 2 more cars. Yeah.
I got more bodies than I can use on my serial thing. Let me make a call. Hook you up with 2 tack guys.
No, I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's so nice, he's offering guys, you know, to this real case and all.
You may know who that is. Look at you. Not even blinking. Not that I blame you. After what this heinous motherfucker did to you.
How do you know?
Still, this right here is vicious. I mean, whoever did this had a real time, you know what I'm saying? I know it wasn't you. Because with all due respect, you don't have the physicality to do this kind of damage.
He could.
Individual. You see what I'm saying?
He's never gonna give Chris and Snoop. They did it for him.
You got a guy telling how rough it is on the street. He really doesn't have much pull, but if you can describe him as he really is, tell his story in moments.
Get back in the shelters and soup kitchens and just be with folk. I'm not interested in what to be quoted or counted on this. I'm interested in what feels true.
I'm in. 30 inches.
Thank you for being a good journalist, a good leader also for your team.
We had him in that, what do you call it? Rehabilitation.
4 times. We're not rich people.
We get him out. He makes all kinds of promises, but, well, you know, the last time, we decided we wouldn't be there for him. We knew he'd probably die out there if the drugs get him. We knew that. But this thing in the newspaper, the biting or whatever, Jesus, nobody deserves that.
You see what I have a problem with, right? I mean, the first person is one.
McNulty fucking lies are hurting people. Not only around him, but his poor family. I'm sorry.
He's writing more as an essayist.
As a bad journalist! Which...
Got a column for Molester, Front Metro. This stuff that Scott's written. It makes it sound like he's been living with the homeless for weeks.
No.
He spends one night under the JFX. We have him interviewed about the coffee the killer hounds made by. We have his quotes, but the rest of the stuff, he's acting like he's taking his life in his hands. He walks on the highway at night. This is our fucking city. This ain't Beirut.
Yes.
I respect your concerns.
He's not a soldier, you know, in a workplace.
Case when you carry him to surveillance teams. Your shit is right, Jay. Remember the murder hat, whole hell job.
He's gonna give you people like.
He's in the New York system, Elmira, Newburgh, one of those places. Anyway, I get a work on expenses I can close down. Jimmy, strangle a 20-year-old, stuffed her under her bed.
Making my CC in one pool. I'll bury the expenses in the OT in my file.
Thanks, brother.
Ain't you, little king of diamonds?
Often, in the same amounts.
Often the exact amounts. Sometimes slightly smaller amounts, but always within a day of the initial deposit.
Your Honor, no further questions.
Cross-examination, Mr. Murphy.
No questions, Your Honor.
Weird.